AC Milan could be closing in on Barcelona's goal machine. Manchester United are gearing up for another massive transfer splash, this time chasing a Real Madrid superstar. And a fierce Premier League battle is breaking out for Michael Olise as three giants go head-to-head for his signature.
Now, let's start with that Lewandowski story, because this one's getting real. According to Tutto Mercato Web, AC Milan interest in Lewandowski isn't just a dream, it's genuine. Reports say the Italian giants are exploring a move for the Polish striker, following the same kind of blueprint that used to bring Luka Modric to the club. Sporting director Igli Tare has even held talks with Lewandowski agent Penny Zahavi to discuss what could become one of the biggest surprises of the transfer market. Lewandowski's contract at Barcelona, signed back in 2023, runs for 3 years with an option for a fourth. That means on paper, he could stay until 2027. But here's the catch. Only 1 year is guaranteed. The rest depends entirely on how well he performs. Barcelona can only trigger the extension if he keeps delivering goals, and that makes his future wide open. Now, for Lewandowski, things are pretty simple. He wants to stay. He loves the club, the city, and the lifestyle in Catalonia. But football doesn't always care about comfort. If Barcelona hesitate to extend, and if Saudi Arabia money doesn't change his mind this time, AC Milan might just step in. And for Milan, this makes perfect sense. A proven striker, a leader, and a player who can deliver immediately. Even at 37, Lewandowski's still one of the most consistent scorers in La Liga. Last summer, there were reports from Poland that Saudi clubs offered him deals worth 3 times his Barcelona salary. He turned them down because he still wants to compete for major European trophies. That says a lot about his mentality. Now it's all up to Barcelona. If they choose to keep him, he stays. If not, Milan are ready to move. And honestly, it fits their usual plan, bringing in experienced players who can make an instant impact. Serie A's slower, more tactical game would suit Lewandowski perfectly. And having a global star like him could boost the league's appeal too. So here's the real question. What happens next? If Lewandowski keeps firing in goals, Barcelona will likely extend his deal. But if they hesitate, Milan will be waiting. And let's not forget, Saudi clubs are still hovering with crazy money on the table. For Lewandowski, this could be one of the biggest decisions of his career. Stay loyal to Barcelona, take on a new challenge in Italy, or accept one last massive payday in Saudi Arabia. Whatever happens next, AC Milan are watching, waiting, and ready to strike.
There's a massive transfer war brewing in England, and it's all centered around one man, Michael Olise. Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City, 3 Premier League giants, are all going head-to-head for the Bayern Munich winger who's been on fire this season. Since his €60 million move from Crystal Palace, Olise has exploded. 5 goals, 6 assists in just 9 matches, pure dominance on the right wing. Liverpool see him as the perfect heir to Mohamed Salah, planning for life after their Egyptian superstar. Chelsea, despite signing Garnacho and Gittins, still lack that killer edge, and Olise's consistency and flair could be the missing piece. Meanwhile, City's interest makes perfect sense. Pep Guardiola has admired him since his Palace days. Even with new young talents, he reportedly believes Olise is the more complete player, ready to make an instant impact. But there's a twist. Bayern Munich don't want to sell. They know how valuable he's become, and in today's market, that price could skyrocket to €130 million or more. A return to England would be massive for Olise. Liverpool would make him the next big name, Chelsea would build their attack around him, and City would hand him a chance to chase every major trophy under Guardiola. Whatever happens, one thing's certain. With 3 Premier League powerhouses fighting for him, the next transfer window is going to explode. Michael Olise's rise from Palace prospect to one of Europe's most wanted stars is nothing short of sensational. Elsewhere in Germany, there's been a major twist in the Nicolas Jackson story. Reports say Bayern Munich have decided they want to keep the Senegalese striker permanently, even if the buy clause in his Chelsea loan isn't triggered. The deal already cost Bayern over £14 million, with an obligation to buy for £56 million if he starts 40 games. But with rotation, AFCON, and a packed schedule, that target looks tough. Still, Bayern aren't worried. They've been blown away by Jackson's performances and attitude. He even took a pay cut just to make the move happen, instantly earning respect in the squad. Since scoring his first goal in the Champions League against Paphos, he's formed a brilliant partnership with Harry Kane, something few believed could work. Just months ago, Bayern's president hinted Jackson might return to Chelsea. Now, that's completely changed. The club expects him to stay, and talks are already being planned. For Jackson, this is a career comeback. He struggled for confidence at Chelsea, but in Munich, he's thriving, full of energy, pressing hard, and becoming a fan favorite. What started as a risky move has turned into a win for both clubs. Bayern get a determined, hard-working striker, and Chelsea get the chance to rebuild their attack.
Big news from Old Trafford. Manchester United are planning another huge move, and this time it's for Real Madrid's Federico Valverde. Reports say United are ready to offer around €80 million for the Uruguayan midfielder in January. He's been on their radar for months, seen as the ideal mix of energy, leadership, and quality to rebuild their midfield. Some even claim United could include Xabi Manu in the deal, but that's where it gets tricky. Valverde still has 4 years left on his Madrid contract, and under Xabi Alonso, he's untouchable. Transfermarkt values him at €130 million, way above United's offer, so negotiations won't be easy. But his record speaks for itself. League titles, Champions League trophies, and world-class consistency. For United, this wouldn't just be a signing, it would be a statement. The only question is, will Real Madrid even think about selling him? Because if they do, this could become one of the biggest transfers of the year.